If you want to learn how to make chicken fried rice, watch this video. Trigger warning. Yes, I start off with 2 cups of white jasmine rice and I rinse it off until the water is clear. Now you see how mucky it is? My little helper, she was helping me drain off the rice. Y'all, that's nothing but like starch and the griminess that comes from the rice. As you know, rice is a grain. So you need to clean it off. Yes, you do. Okay. In a pot that's big enough to hold your rice, you want to go in with 1 cup of, it's like if you make 1 cup of rice, use 1 cup of water. So because I had 2 cups, I used 2 cups. So I did use 1 cup of water and 1 cup of chicken broth just to give it some flavor. Then I added a tablespoon of butter. Let that melt down, and then once the water came to a boil, I added in my rice, covered it up, put it on low, and I added another tablespoon of butter on top, and then that's how you make the perfect rice every time. Jai Nice taught me, okay? Then for your chicken, y'all already know I cleaned off my chicken tenders. If you want a more detailed video on that, let me know. But all I did was season it with some onion powder, garlic powder, and a little bit of Tony's. Then I put them in some hot oil, and I let them cook on both sides for about a total of like 6 to 8 minutes. It did not take that long. My daughter wants to talk to y'all. Then they should like look a little crispy. You don't want them super crispy because you're going to add that back into your rice. So you don't want to be chewing on like rubber. You know what I'm saying? So don't overcook your chicken tenders, but make sure they are done because this is chicken. You don't want to play with chicken. But yeah, once they are fully done at internal temperatures, I believe 165 degrees, then you want to remove them from the oil and drain them off and let's set them to the side, okay? Then to start on your fried rice, you want to go in with 2 eggs. The reason I use 2 eggs is because I had 2 cups of rice. If you have 1 cup of rice, use 1 egg. I seasoned them with a little bit of salt and pepper, and I added some olive oil to the pan, and I scrambled them until they came out just like that. Don't worry that they're sticking to the bottom. Once you add in your rice and fry it together, all of that is going to look so much better. So don't worry about that. And also, I was using a cast iron. Again, I cooked my rice about 6 hours prior to making it. You can use day-old rice. That's typically what the recipe calls for. But I don't like to use like day-old rice. If I'm cooking fried rice, I will make my rice like that morning and just let it sit for about 6 or so hours before I'm making like dinner. And it'll still have the same type of effect, in my opinion. Once you add your rice into it, cook it around along with your eggs for a couple of minutes until it becomes like a little fried. Then you could go in with your vegetables. I used a frozen bag of like green beans, corn, and carrots. You can chop them up. You can add green onions if you want to. You can make it from scratch. I don't care, but this is what I did to make it quick and easy. Then once my vegetables were cooking down a little bit and softening up, I went in with a sprinkle of soy sauce. Is no measurements to that. Add as much soy sauce as you want, but don't like OD because you don't want it to be super saucy. Your chicken should have been like drained out by now. I just literally pulled it apart with my hands. I added that into my fried rice, and baby, y'all, this was the quickest fried rice recipe you can make. Now, people do add shrimp. You can add steak. It don't matter. I made chicken fried rice because that's just what I wanted. I ended up pairing it with some fried chicken. Baby, this was the best chicken fried rice recipe that you're going to come across. So if you try this recipe out, please let me know. It was a 10 out of 10, okay? Bye, y'all.